Hey, what's up, everyone? Let's get some music going. Hey, how you doing? Hi, my name is Hulex. I stream on Twitch as Hulex Fox, and I do a lot of different stuff. Today, we are doing a presentation on a brief history of rhythm games, beyond just DDR and Guitar Hero, according to Hulex, I guess. So, let's get started here. Now, I'm basically doing this because Jacket told me to, my friend JacketPD, and also because I have rhythm game autism. It's all independently researched, though a lot of this info comes from RemiWiki, and we have the link there on the screen. Do check out RemiWiki, excellent source of information for rhythm game stuff. The purpose of this presentation is to inform, entertain, and set things straight about the complete history of arcade rhythm games from past to present, with a focus on Konami's arcade rhythm games. So, starts off with Beatmania, released in 1997 in Japan. This is where it all started. It was released in Japan only, but we did have a limited release in the US called Hip Hop Mania. Basically, it's a rhythm game played by hitting 5 keys arranged in a piano octave, plus a turntable you spin back and forth for scratch notes and other sounds. It has a symmetrical setup here, so you have the turntable on the right-hand side on both sides here. Now, we wouldn't see the name Beatmania for some time until the PS2 version got released here in the US for PS2, simply called Beatmania, in 2006, though it was stylized after Beatmania 2DX9 style, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Dance Dance Revolution, released in 1998. Released in Japan, September 26, 1998, in limited capacity, and on November 18th, 1998, nationwide. Basically, you step on the arrows to the music, one of the earliest forms of a rhythm game the US had ever seen. This would wind up ending showing up in arcades in Disney World and other arcades as they existed before becoming less popular with the exception of Round 1, which is a topic I will cover later. Guitar Freaks, released in 1999. This was Guitar Hero before Guitar Hero, way before. This was only released in Japan. It had 3 fret buttons and a strum bar, no whammy bar like in Guitar Hero. Notes float up from the bottom to the top, similar to DDR, in a flat 2D interface with visuals playing in the center. Unlike Guitar Hero, focus was on strumming, since your fingers wouldn't have to move from the frets, until it became revamped in Gitadora in 2013, which added more frets, bringing it up to 5. Guitar Hero sucks. Konami invented Guitar Freaks and beat harmonics to the punch when they released Guitar Hero in 2005, and it's easy to see how it was inspired. But to be fair, they made it their own game. I just wanted an inflammatory slide. Drummania, 1999. This would later inspire Harmonix to release Rock Band, which included a new drum controller in 2007. So you had several drum pads, a hi-hat, a snare, 2 toms, a crash, and a bass drum pedal. And it was pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Drummania myself. Rock Band is honestly pretty competent. It had like 4 versions, I think, before it died. Peaked in Rock Band 3 when it introduced a guitar/keyboard controller with a near infinite amount of song DLC, spanning across all 4 versions, but 3, in my opinion, was the best. Beatmania 2DX in 1999. This was the sequel to Beatmania. Basically, what 2DX did is it increased the number of piano synth keys from 5 to 7, making things a bit more difficult. Playstyle has changed. Turntables are now in a symmetrical configuration, allowing for either left side play or right side play, or even doubles play if you have brain damage like I do. Left side was intended for right-handed people since the dominant hand should focus on the keys, which is a mistake I made learning the game initially when I was on right-hand side, thinking, oh, I'm going from Beatmania 5 key to 7 key, right hand will be... No, that was a mistake. No, don't do that. Beatmania 2006. This was released in the US for the PlayStation 2. It included a home controller, which was slightly different from the Japanese controller, with an interface based on 2DX9 style, as I mentioned earlier, with its own collection of 2DX and 5-key, or Beatmania songs. It was just called Beatmania and not 2DX here to avoid confusion, because we have never seen Beatmania for the most part, and so we're like, Beatmania! Yeah. Please play a Japanese 2DX release. I am telling you. Even just on the PS2 version, I started with Red, which was 11th style. But modern 2DX is fucking incredible. It has so many fucking good songs. It has a slick interface. Finding a cabinet, honestly, is kind of hard, and home play is also kind of hard, but good lord, it's so worth it. Just trust me, bro. And we have Konami basically releasing a lot of stuff over the years. A lot of things that would end up being discontinued. Pop and Stage, Keyboard Mania, Dance Maniacs, Paradise, Mambo Go-Go, Reflect Beat, Beat Stream, Museka. And that's not even all of them. And that's not even counting the ones that weren't released by Konami, because other companies were releasing rhythm games. But Konami was definitely King should have turned Mountain for a while. But all of these would end up being discontinued. Some games worked, some didn't. American ripoffs, but not really ripoffs. Harmonix released Guitar Hero 2005 for PS2. Released in the US to critical acclaim. People assumed this had never been done before, but they are wrong and stupid. In 2007, Rock Band was released. OMG, we have drums now. It's released for the 360 and PS3 in 2007. Rock Band introduced a drum controller, a redesigned guitar controller, and comes in a band-in-a-box box, including the new guitar, the drums, a microphone, and a powered USB hub for all that shit. This introduces a ton of DLC and would spawn 3 more sequels and countless ripoffs. Countless spin-offs. And then Guitar Hero was handed off to Activision, who would end up killing it because they released too many games back-to-back. They kind of oversaturated the market. You had Guitar Hero everything, and then they just kind of ran it into the fucking ground there. Now, arcade rhythm games are alive and well, mostly in Japan, but kind of in the US in limited capacity. So you had mom-and-pop arcades like 8 on the Break, pictured here, which had a large collection of rhythm games. They were all running cabinets, imported through several means, and after a certain point, they would actually have online play, which we're going to cover next. Programmed World, the Golden Age, and the eventual Konami cease and desist. So mom-and-pop arcades, such as 8 on the Break, were running arcade cabinets with hacked and pirated data, though with complete online play that includes score saving and unlocks, which was fucking incredible when I discovered that back in the day. And this would occur for a good number of years before Konami of Japan actually sent a cease and desist to the owners of the homebrew online service, mainly because of Round 1 locations becoming more widely available, who had direct, legit connection to Konami of Japan to run their e-amusement service. E-amus is not cheap, and Round 1 had the money to fund that, and they were the only game in town. For a while. Round 1 is awesome, but kind of expensive. It's paper credit, it uses swipe cards, and has increased their prices over the years because we live in a society. They legit run the latest data, legitimately, concurrent with Japanese release schedule, with live events and unlocks on brand new spanking hardware. You have the Lightning cabinets, they're really fucking good. This is the new Golden Age. I'll keep saying that over and over. However, soon, we have a new Konami CEO takeover who kicks ass. This is Yoshitaka Nishimura, also known as DJ Yoshitaka. Yes, that DJ Yoshitaka. Known for creating a lot of music in rhythm games under the name DJ Yoshitaka. So, he took over as Konami CEO, and he all of a sudden kicks ass, and I'm going to explain why. Basically, because of this new awesome CEO, that means more EMUs for non-Round 1 arcades. This is huge. Suddenly, if you're not Round 1, if you're a mom-and-pop arcade, or if you're established, and as long as you can afford it, as long as you have the money, we're no longer in an exclusive, contract with Round 1 and Japanese EMUs. So suddenly we have support. Round 1 was permitted to be on the EMU's network, but Yoshitaka was all, actually, other arcades can be on EMUs now. Also, we're bringing over Pop and Music because I am incredibly laced. So we have a brand new Pop and Music cabinet featured here with light-up buttons, HD display, and 2 little popcoons for beginner play, I assume, but also they have other functions. I don't know. I've never played on one, but they are coming soon to a Round 1 near you. Hopefully there's a Round 1 near you. Now, there are tons more rhythm games I did not cover. That is outside the scope of this presentation. Konami released a lot of shit, but so did Bandai Namco and a bunch of other companies that don't matter. Haha, just kidding. But do some of your own research and make a better PowerPoint if you are so inclined. I fucking dare you. And that's the end. That's the end for now. Thank you for watching. Now go play a rhythm game right now, but not Osu because it sucks. I'm going to do a shameless self-promo here. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. Username is HulexFox on there. I stream regularly. And that's it. That's the end of the presentation. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.